10:01. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here on today's COB board meeting. Can we do item 2, let's do a roll call, please.
I am Geraldine Stanley, Secretary for the Contractors License Board.
Maria Perez, 8-0.
Rita Borja, Vice Chair.
Sandra Miller, Office of the Attorney General.
Michelle Santos, Reverend Tax ex officio.
Vince Ariola, Director, DPW.
Ciriaco Sanchez, Executive Director, COB.
Gerard Benavente, Board Chairman.
Aaron Aragon, investigator.
Marcus Finotnier, investigator, COB.
Andrew Mixes, COB investigator.
Nita Bailey, Investigator Supervisor, CLB.
Yes.
Mr. Matt Cruz is online, attending via Zoom. I think he froze.
Yeah, I think his connection is not good.
Hello, Matt, good morning.
Oh, Johnny Rosario from Candid.
Joe Tactino, Pacific Daily News.
John Ela, JMI Edison.
Thank you all for being here. Can you hear us, Matt?
Loud and clear.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now the roll call is done. Let's proceed to item 3. Review of the minutes for September 21st, 2022, and it was the regular board meeting. Please review.
I think we approved this at the last meeting, right? I think we approved it again.
I saw.
Everybody good? Everybody okay?
Yes.
She made a motion.
I made a motion to approve.
I seconded.
Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Let's move on to item 4, public comments. Anyone out there in the public that want to say something, please stand. If there's no one gonna speak up for the public, can we move on to the section reports, please? The administration division, Maria Perez.
Good morning.
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 As of September 21st till January 17th, the total amount of active contractors is 902. Inactive contractors are 30. Master electrician is 42. The total amount is 974. The C68, which is a specialty that has not been issued, is 227. And regarding the American Rescue Plan, we are still trying to take care of the vehicles.
Is this from before, way before?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were trying to give us 2 vehicles, but according to GSA, because the 2 trucks did not come in on time, they tried to either meet or exceed the total amount of the specifications of the truck, but they didn't, so we asked a question from GSA if we can have it moved out.
Won't that take too much time?
I'm not sure, I believe they said they could, but
Well, what it is that since the date these vehicles were submitted and approved via the bid process by GSA, and up until today's date, we have not yet received these vehicles due to the manufacturer's problem with their chips for their vehicles. And this just not only affects Guam or the auto spot here in Guam, or
nationwide.
it's a nationwide deal that they had encountered during the pandemic situation. So that has set back all the problems we've been having with it. But I am really pushing on this because, and I want to thank the Director of Public Works for helping us out with vehicles here for a daily inspection. Thank you, sir. We're pushing on it and asking what options we have to move on with these 2 vehicles. What makes it really difficult is it's because it was awarded already via the bid process. So GSA is very technical in those parts, in those areas, and they're trying, we're limited with options we have. So I'm to the point now where, is it going to be faster, more efficient for the need that we need here at COV for the vehicles if we just cancel that contract and submit a new requisition or bid process? So that's what it is. That's where we have with those 2 vehicles.
Do we have guidance on that?
Yes, sir, we do.
Is the chip not being provided, or?
They had problems according to the dealer and the manufacturer because of what they went through pandemic. You know, they lost employees and all that. All kinds of problems they had back in the States. So it did affect all the production lines, not only for us and the type of vehicle that we ordered.
How critical is the chip to our operations?
The vehicle won't move
Yeah,
without
the
that.
It
vehicle.
won't move without it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is so,
it's part of the, I guess, the module there.
oh my God.
Yeah, but we did have, I even requested from GSA to have the manufacturer provide me with response to that. Because I feel we need to push it. And I'm sure the board would support me in my effort here.
What kind of
Sure.
car dealer sells a thing without a chip that won't make it move? I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it sounds to me like we need to sue them or something. It's too long.
Very much, and so,
Do you have vehicles now, aside from DPWs?
well, currently we have vehicles that's been in operations for at least 10, 15 years old. And we have 2 already that just, it's not even advisable to be out in the streets anymore. We have 1 left, and that 1 left there needs to go in for service for
Okay.
tire repairs and,
So you basically have no vehicles. So if DPW is out of the picture, you will,
Have nothing.
you cannot do your job
Mhm.
because there's no vehicles. So is there a way that it can be canceled and an emergency procurement happens? Because they can't do their jobs if they're sitting here in the office.
and I'm working on it.
Yeah, so whatever it needs, I think.
We're trying to do our best on our part, but we have to be careful too, because this money that we're using is federal money.
I understand, but there's such a thing as
We're not asking you to
yeah.
break the law,
Yeah.
what
No,
we're
we
saying is
are-
you need to push it.
No, we are
No,
working
did.
on it.
We are working on it.
I'm just,
Do we have, Director, do we have options to rent temporarily? Or
I,
is that against procurement?
well, it's probably not against procurement, but we still need to go through the process. for
We're
rental.
getting our guidance from GSA, everything we're doing.
If we could find every ways and means to get a vehicle for these gentlemen, you know, so we can get back on track.
Mhm.
It's been a long time.
In fact, a request has came up, Mr. Chair, about another extension up until June, so I'm gonna deny that. I do not want any more
Please,
extension.
please deny and let's move on and get something, let's find something that can bring us up to par and be out there on the roads and check on these projects.
We should have something definite by next week.
Legal, is there something we can, madam?
For this one, if it's only 69, that's your total price, about 64 grand?
For two, yeah.
Yeah, for two. And how long has this been pending?
What exactly?
It would be about a year next month.
It's in May.
Okay, because it's also already a 2022, so you're purchasing,
An
you know,
older
an
vehicle.
older vehicle. And so to me, this price is probably, you know, not even the correct price anymore.
Right.
You know, I would work with GSA about, it is possible to lease temporarily, and that perhaps you could do just a quick bid, put out a bid, solicitation for new vehicles. I mean, this is for a truck. There's trucks all over the island. You could walk away
Right.
literally within 2 weeks with a new truck. And it would be like a 2023 model you could get.
That's correct.
Yeah, Cars Plus did try to give us vehicles, but it did not meet the specifications, so or AutoSpot, we couldn't, we asked GSA, they said, no, we can't. It either has to meet or exceed what we
Is
requested
it a
for.
special vehicle? That they can't meet it?
We requested for a truck, and then they tried to give us a Outlander, and it's not the same specification.
That's on spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AutoSpot.
Well, GSA had mentioned that as far as funding, pricing, right? It's either they meet us with the amount that was approved or less than the amount that was approved. Okay, so, but as far as specs, they're gonna meet either the approved spec or greater. And they cannot meet that. So,
Can't meet it and we're kept in limbo.
yeah, I'm more leaning towards closing out the deal
Yeah,
and
cancel
a
the
request
bid
for a
And
rebid.
rebid it.
Yeah,
We're looking at it for another vehicle, maybe 24,999. We're looking at that. So it doesn't have to go through longer
Can you
process.
buy a truck for that price?
Are you buying vehicles?
There is one from
Yeah.
AutoSpot.
So how come they're having so much?
That Outlander is
Depends where you
2499.
selected from.
Yeah, I mean, for
It's not
this
us,
one, a
it's
GMC Canyon extended cab, that's a very
It's
Well, it
expensive.
has to go through GSA too.
Does it have to be
Right.
fancy?
Well,
all right, well, I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of resolution sometimes next week. We've been working really aggressively with this problem. And like I'm telling you, board members here, that I don't think I want to approve another extension.
Okay.
It's been too long, so,
we agree.
okay.
But the federal funds are not in jeopardy, right?
No.
We're good with that funding up
There's
to
a debt.
2024,
We did.
2024.
Boring, yeah.
Yeah, that was my first question too.
Okay, the new companies or the new RME that took the test and passed is Nathan Catalyst. And the new company is Guam Property Builders LLC. And it's an LLC. Classification is A, B, C, 3, 8, 10, 17, 18, 31, 38, and 43. Just a reminder, if they have C68, it may be on our list, but it's not documented on their license. The other one is Guam Pacific Design Builders LLC, their Army, Mr. Un. It's an LLC and they have an A and B.
These guys are new.
The corporation, because it says 9/21/22. I believe the next one is Rundell Corporation. Miguel Fernandez is the Army and the classification is B and C68 epoxy coating injection. I Built Guam LLC. The Army is Domingo Bay. They are an LLC. They have an A, B, C17, and C48. Union Eco Energy Corporation. Army is Kyoku Yun. It's a corporation. They have A, B, C13, 37, 40, 51, 53, and C16, which is solar power system. SJ Duo Corporation. Kyoku Yun. It's a corporation.
Can you have the same RME for two companies?
Yes, they can. A maximum per Army is 3. The Army who takes the test, he can be an Army up to 3. But if it's a corporation, they can have as much Armies as they want.
So all this you mentioned in yellow are new companies.
Yes, because they're all September. And he has the ABC 13, 37, 40, 51, 53, and C68. FHL Construction LLC is just Jeffrey Lorena. And he has electric, air conditioning, refrigeration. And Ace Builders LLC, Mr. Yun, E-U-N, he has A and B. And Mr. Jing Wang, he took the test and his classification is B, general building. Then they have Pacific Homes Construction and Matthew Taylor, and he has an A and B. Lulu Investment Industry, Zenrong Hu, A and B, and HH Corp has Mr. Zhang, which is A and B. Marianas Gas Corporation, DBA Island Equipment Company, has Gerald Hammond, has an A. Solar Energy Micronesia CNMI LLC, Virgilio Obisco has a C13, which is electrical, and Dimalanta Builders is a sole proprietor, which is Dimalanta Ronell. He has a B. And Mr. Hunter took the test and he's with Dillon Mechanical Construction Services, and he has B, C4, 13, 15, 19, 20, 37, 40, 44, 51, 53, and 56. Eric Santos is the Army for G4S Security Systems Guam Inc., and he has C13 and C19. Q-Tech is new also, and their Army is James Michael Kitsutu, which is C13.
Can I ask, what is C4? C4 Dillon Mechanical?
Can we grab the list?
I know three is asked, I know three is asked for. Where's?
See if I discover that it's not counted.
Let's move on till he comes back.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Construction court,
C4 is
and they have a B, it's David Navarro.
It's boiler.
boiler, hot water.
Lewis Construction Court, Mr. B, Ron Shane, which is a B, and Hangout Builders is new with Mario Becacao, and it's A, B, C 13, C 13A, 19, 20, 56, and 68, sandblasting, painting, and road marking, and.
Where, excuse me, what is the designation for road markings? Is that
C68,
C68?
that's a specialty.
Okay.
We're
On Hangout Builders.
Hangout Builders.
And Tropical Solutions LLC, which is Richard Leone. C13, 13A, 14, 15, 17, 19, 20, 25, 37, 40, 43, 44, 51, 53, 54, 56, 68, above and underground fuel leak monitoring, generator maintenance, generator and shelter installation, communication and telecommunication. G2A construction, Larry Barres Conte. B, C13 and 37. Smart Point Solutions LLC, R&E is James Cadan. B, MJE Electrical Solutions is Michael James Eclavea, and it's C13 and C19. ESJ Corporation DBA Expert Restoration, Mr. Hong Hei Yon B, and ESJ Corporation is Ezel Simon Jr., and his classification is A, B, C 11, 17, 18, 27, 33, 43, 68, sandblasting. Millennial Acquisitions Inc. DBA Top and Pest Control Guam, Kenneth Lee Williams, C 34 and 47. And Mac Corporation DBA Pacific Technologies is Edwin Joseph Flores, C13 and CC6 Telecommunication. Heaven Construction LLC, which is Hei Yon Hong, which is B, and Yes Restoration LLC is J Mun Her. A, B, C 11, 17, and 33. And Wade Wilson is with Smithbridge Guam Inc., and he has an electrical license.
Can I ask, where are we on the C68? The continuation, the C6 specialty license? Are we, is that going through adjudication?
Yes, on the C68 license, we've submitted the draft already to our counsel, which was Tom Keeler, that AG's office. And what it is that there's a lot of changes there, a lot of changes to be more efficient and effective for the public's use, and not just for our own use, and so it's been there. Once the AG's office approves of the draft, you know, because it's dealing a lot with our statutes, right, so know that. So they're, according to Tom, he's being counsel and meeting with other AG, I guess, trying to figure out if that thing really, it's the way it was written. And once that is approved and comes back to us, we'll finalize the draft and then we'll present it to the board for their final approval. And yeah, And then once the board approves of that draft, in the adjudication process, we schedule a public hearing in here. Okay, so public's invited, here's the new rules and reg, and that will cover C-68, by the way, sir. We don't, C-68 will be finalized, adjudicated. And so, that's the next process. Once we receive it from our council, then we finalize the draft, present it to the board gives us the green light, we'll prepare documents needed for that public hearing that's to be announced.
And then following a public hearing, there's.
Yes, but again, we do what we hear from the public and all that, and of course, it's gonna come back to the board and probably legal, and before that goes to the next step, which is presentation over to the governor's office for their review with legal and political and all that. And then based on the checklist, after that's done, then it goes to its final hurdle over to the Guam legislature.
It's a
Yeah.
rather protracted process.
Yes, very much so, yeah. Forgot one thing, Mr. Chair, there, that the next step also on top of that is in preparation for the public hearing, our next one there in the checklist will be the economic impact statement that we need to prepare. So we need to make sure that when the public comes in here, these are the impacts that this new process is gonna have, be it positive or negative, but that's gonna be.
So, for now, C-68s are on hold.
The
Not
new.
to be,
Correct,
renewed.
because there was never a adjudication process that was done in the past. The way we're handling it, sir, and per your approval also was,
Yeah,
we're still having those that are holding existing C-68 license from the past. Because, you know, we don't wanna hold these people hostage, okay? Because they have nothing to do with it, really. So we're allowing them with the memo that we had given, that when this current owners of 668 license, we're gonna allow them to continue doing what they're doing. I.e. road marking and all.
Say that again, yes, no?
What?
That you will allow them to do,
Yeah,
perform work
Yes.
yeah,
based on C-68?
Yes.
those that are
Specialty.
holding their current license, yeah. But we could still accept new applicants for C-68, but we're not gonna process until adjudication process is done.
So you're renewing the existing 6CC?
Yes, but it's
Yes.
not issued on it's not issued on the license, but if they request for a letter of good standing, we will put that on. Because we even had some government agents say, hey, we're trying to do epoxy injection. I said, yes, it's possible. He goes, so, but it doesn't state on their license. I said, what you can do is request them to ask for a letter of good standing. It'll state there on the specialty. But it was concurred, he signed it, then he concurred it that it's allowable, that they can still perform their work on the specialties.
it's allowable, but please state it on their license that it's allowed, that it's there.
It's not on the, yeah, well, on the license, it's not, we were told that we couldn't issue it on their license until it was, the rules and regulation was approved, so we're not putting it on, but if they need a letter of good standing,
But how can they practice?
they got the letter, that's the
This
one.
is
That's the letter
attached.
that they approved, that we approved.
This letter is attached to their
So-
license, now they come
Not
in.
the one the good standing, it's not, this is the letter that we're talking about. Not the good standing. Not the good standing.
Yeah, we're talking about this letter, not the
Not the good
consent.
standing.
Yeah.
There's
And
nothing.
this was the suggestion of legal
Yes.
counsel? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So on the other hand, I don't think we wanted to curb the specialty practices, right?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, I
right,
mean,
right.
geez, that's a lot of,
Yeah,
it's bad for economic impact.
yeah.
Yeah, but sounds like we put the horse before, the cart before the horse.
So for new C-68 specialty licenses, it's on hold. But
Yeah.
This is
the-
since last year, right? I think even about this time,
Yeah.
when the specialty licenses, what was the question?
Yeah, that would all materialize from something else, so.
Yeah.
Previous,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so-
I recall this coming up.
yeah. But yeah, we're moving it in, man, I mean, this thing's been there for a while, so. finally.
Okay, so let's continue. Any questions at this time? Section reports, investigation division, Nita Bailey.
Thank you and good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, on this, we will be presenting our annual report for the year 2022 for the investigation section. Our report is in the brown envelope. So for January to December 2022, the total number of cases is 34, closed cases 22, and we have 12 cases that's open. The total citations that we issued 15, and the amount of fines that was issued was 327,381. And the number of building permit cleared for January to December 2022 is 976. The investigator's report is attached to our annual report. It's summarized there if how many cases each investigator has handled, and how many cases they have closed, and how many cases are still open, and also the amount of fines that was issued by the investigator. Yeah, and we collected, Mr. Marcos Pinonia has 316,000. That includes the Samsung settlement. Yes. And Andrew Mesa has 7,700. Aaron Aragon has 3,500. So for the whole year, we made 327,380. Any questions on the summary for the annual report?
Can you just go through those that are still open?
Those that are still open,
And where are we with those?
okay, so Mr. Pinonia, you have 5 open cases. Can you brief the board on these open cases?
Sure. Good morning, board. First open case is the 2021-0904 JMI Edison versus Menzies case. Second one is 2022-02-01 CLB versus Stephen Wang. The reason it's still open is he hasn't finished paying his citation off. That's the only reason why it's still open. He's doing a promissory note.
Okay.
Next case.
Is that the correct amount, 3,000?
Yeah, that's the total. And next case is 2022-0601 is CLB versus Fernando Bilong. This is another open because he's not finished paying off his promissory note. Next case is 2022-0702 Trisha Lizama versus Aztec Builders. This is still ongoing. It's warranty issues. Contractor ran out of funding, so it's warranty / unable to continue. So he's like slowly doing it. So it has to stay open until he's completed the punch list. Which one?
They painted the house.
Oh yeah, it's in the Ganya Heights. Yes.
Oh, they painted the
Did they
house.
go after the bonding company for anything on this?
I don't think there's a bonding.
Is this a self-construction or something? Or?
No. It's a contractor. It's a contract, but I guess the materials, the cost of labor and materials went up. I guess at around the time they signed contracts, so he didn't account for the increase of costs.
So this wasn't financed by a bank then?
I have no idea. I'm not sure.
Because I have to imagine if it is financed with a bank, it's gotta be
So-
bonding, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And then my
It should have been
last.
financed with the bank because the amount of work they did was considerable, it's, well, you know.
Yeah, so they did reno to the old home and then
Yeah,
extended like a new
Yeah,
section of the
yeah,
home.
yeah.
And then my
Let's,
last, oh, sorry.
Let's continue to monitor this
Oh, yes.
and see where we're at.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then my last open case is the 2022
I'll give them a-
-10-02 CRW Trading versus Craig Waymuth versus Base Corp. This is had issues with the developer not paying the contractor, so the contractor has issues paying the vendor. So this is a money issue. I told the CRW Trading we're not a collections agency, but they still have an open project ongoing, so we have to keep a file open here as well.
Do we not renew their license if they have open cases like this?
Renew their licenses?
The contractor.
We still do renew it.
So we don't have any leverage, like, you know, to.
Well, I guess
say,
if the board feels that they should not renew it, then I think that's your call to decide whether.
Suggest we do bring it up to the board if there's a renewal pending and he's got open issues.
Yeah.
That comes to the board.
So that letter of good standing Miss Maria was talking about earlier, that would show that they have cases open against them, red flag, those sort of things.
Do we have that listing or monitoring of these activities on the next meeting?
If they're up for renewal.
We always
Yeah,
update.
They're up for renewal.
Until it's closed.
And they still have an open case.
Right.
I think the board should take a look at that.
And
Yes,
that
ma'am.
was, any other questions?
I think we need to give them a deadline, Marcus, because this is kind of.
Yeah, it can
Strategy.
carry it on.
He was supposed to give me for that one in particular, he was supposed to give are you talking about the CRW?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
We'll give them a deadline. If they will not, then we will just take it to the board for action, suspension, whatever.
The most update for this case was he made some payment, he just hasn't completed it. Yeah. It's confirmed by Mr. Craig.
But this is all about payment, right?
It's payment, yeah.
Yeah, so we gotta look at it too. If it's not a contractor's issue, then we'll recommend to the board for action, like,
Right,
it's not under our jurisdiction.
Yeah, right, it's a vendor
Yeah.
calling us saying
So-
this contractor whose license hasn't paid off his bill yet.
So it's like the financial integrity there is, he doesn't have that.
Compromised,
so
or, yeah.
compromised.
All right.
Okay. Any other questions? That was my last case.
Mr. Mesa?
Open cases, right? Let's,
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 4.
So I have, case number 2022-0401, that's Ronald Adams versus Laddie Builders. It's a warranty issue and a punch list was created, so the homeowner and the contractor is working on a schedule to correct the issues.
Okay.
And then I got case number 2022-0501, which is Franklin and Olympia Johnson versus Paul Sablan. Mrs. Johnson was informing that they'll be taking it to civil court. That was the tiny homes.
And this individual, I take it, Paul Sablan is the contractor?
He's an unlicensed contractor, but I believe they're taking several other customers are taking them to civil court. That was the tiny homes that was out in the.
They get a building permit for this?
Nope, that was his whole case. Was container homes that he was trying to
Oh, Jesus.
push out.
Is this guy from Sinahania?
I think his dad is right there by Palis. Mr.
Yeah,
Sablan?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I've heard so many.
Yeah, so
This
these
guy's
guys-
shady, I mean, I've heard so many.
So they did bring it to the court, I believe they did potential cases. There were several
So he's
others.
doing work without a permit and then also without a license?
Right, and so
Okay.
they bring it to this.
Okay.
So what do we do in our part?
Well, now since it's going to the court, we just stand by and wait for the court.
Yeah, but his name should be flagged.
It is flagged. I did give them a cease and desist on his,
No, but in your future,
for sure.
yeah.
Do we cite
We
him
were gonna cite him, remember?
for being unlicensed?
We did, remember? And then the complainant said
They
she's
wanted-
gonna go to civil court because she doesn't like the way our
The
laws
amount,
written.
you know how the amount we're getting, the 50% beside him, and then
She wants the 100% or whatever, right?
How about permits? Is permits aware of this?
Yeah.
they're familiar with that tiny homes thing with.
That was in the news.
But
Yeah,
this,
it was a
this
big-
individual, anytime his name comes up, they should send up a
I
red.
Did-
think he was
did
even
we-
taken to the AG.
Right, yeah.
Did we cite the individual on our part?
We cite the individual, but the complainant themselves, they don't want to because on our law, we have 50-50, the restitution, right? So they wanted to withdraw their case from us because they wanted to go to the court because they would get more in the court.
That's okay, that's fine, they can do whatever we want.
Yeah, so,
The chairman is asking, are we doing what we should do statutorily?
yes,
And that is,
give them a citation for a license.
Yeah, besides her complaint, right?
Mhm.
He should be cited. We should take disciplinary action against him
Mm-hmm.
for not having,
A license.
yeah, that's.
What was the amount that we cited them with?
How much did you cite them, Andrew?
Well, it was the amount that Mrs. Johnson would have paid, but we didn't move forward because he needed to do the, is that
Court first.
50% of that contract?
So he wasn't,
They don't wanna accept,
Right.
the amount that we're going to collect for them, the
Yeah,
CLB.
we understand that, but what we're saying is, so the man is not being disciplined by us.
Right, she's at the court right now.
They're in court, they went to the AG actually.
But I think that's what Mr. Benavente is
It's two
saying.
different
and what's
things.
the same,
Yeah,
yeah.
Our part and the court's part.
So we cannot go two cases at the same time, right? So if there is a court, then
Why not?
the court decision,
I
if
don't
we
care about
find
the
them
court.
and the
That's
court is
right.
going
That's
to
right.
find them too. We
Six.
cannot.
That's the courts, but we can, as the licensing board, we can.
Okay,
file
we will
Yeah.
follow up on this,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair. And
you know, you find them like 1,500,
Yeah.
just like the case on top, right?
Yeah, we should
In this
fine them.
case, it's not 1,500.
There is a
it should be
penalty
50.
fine.
50.
Whatever the case, whatever the amount is.
yeah, we'll put a close.
I'll follow up with that, and then,
And can we do that today?
yeah.
Let's move on, yeah.
So I have case number 2022-0801, Geronimo and Rosita Lorenzo versus Snap Tamayo. It's a unlicensed citation issue. Promissory note signed, it's not paid yet,
Nothing out of the 3,500?
but he was given the citation. He did sign a promissory note, but he hasn't come in to make any payments.
How long was that?
That, I believe, was since September, August of last year.
Is this guy like still doing business
I can't. see.
outside of
It's
his job?
unlicensed,
He's just an unlicensed, I'm not sure.
Oh.
yeah, they're unlicensed.
And then I have case number 2022-1101, COB versus YZ Construction. It was a safety issue, citation issue, awaiting payment.
Okay.
You should put deadlines on the promissory notes, you know, like, and follow up and make them pay.
What do we typically give them with a promissory note? 90 days, 60 days,
6 months.
5 years?
Yeah, depends on the amount too, of how heavy the fine was, or,
I think you give him 6 months for this,
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
told you to, because he has
Six-
not
six
answered.
6
How long
months is
has
a
it
long
been?
time.
Yeah.
That's generous.
since August.
1,000 to
It's been 6
3,000 for a
months.
contractor. Yeah.
So if 6 months they haven't paid, I mean, I know it's $1,000, but then you put a hold on their license or do something.
He was an unlicensed actually.
All the ones that haven't paid.
They're all the unlicensed, the one that we cannot locate.
And they, you call them the runners, they just don't come.
Did he apply for a license after this?
I gave him an application
But he
for,
didn't?
and he never came.
They need vehicles to go look for them.
Right, that's me, my last case, that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, next, please.
I have a case number 2022-0402, Dalvin versus RM Builders. The case is open and it's RM Builders. They're contesting the complainants. They're contesting the claims through his lawyer. The next case I have is case 2022-0701, Vera Wu versus Yang Wang Construction Corporation. The case is open. The contractor is currently finishing the project.
What was the issue there?
Unfinished project. So there's they had a disagreement about when he was going to get paid, and he thought he was going to get paid, and he's paying everything out of pocket. But their agreement was that he'll get paid after they sell the house. So he's currently finishing the project. And my last case is 2022-0901, Krista Perez versus Jinhua. The case is open and it's about warranty issues. But the contractor, Jinhua, is working with the engineers and the homeowner to close the case.
Back to case, the Balvin versus RN Builders. What was the issue there? Are contesting claims to his lawyers?
Well, the homeowner is saying that the project isn't finished. He didn't complete the project. But then the RM Builders is saying that they're not being paid. So RM hired his lawyer to get some money out of him.
Okay, out of the homeowner. Balvin?
Yeah, what about him?
Okay.
Number 2 in our report is the update on case number 2021-0904, GMI Edison versus Menzies. Mr. Pinonia, investigator.
Yep, I can touch on that. So as of this time, I don't have anything to report. The board members have been furnished a copy of the brief summary that I've done up to date. And currently, I think we should table this until we get feedback from the legal counsel. I've submitted the full package to Tom since October last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I haven't seen
until
it.
we, right, so until we, I guess, speak about it, then I can report to the board.
So it's still within the court?
It's ongoing, yeah.
You said a brief summary and attachments for board review and action. Where's that? Is that in the packet here somewhere?
Probably with the last.
It was in that,
The last
it's a
meeting?
packet, yeah, it's a packet that I've created that I issued the legal counsel a copy to review it.
What's the results of your, what's your summary?
We are just awaiting for the opinion of the legal first before we can, discuss maybe. Because we submitted it to this review of Mr. Killer in October.
Okay.
So whatever his recommendation, but everything is already completed, the investigation is finished. We went to the site, we investigated, we had our final report, but we haven't received any opinion, review, from legal counsel. We wanted to make sure that legal first will, finish review, and then, but we're prepared, everything is in the packet. It will be given to all the board members once the review is finished by our legal counsel.
And it was given to Mr. Keeler?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
I will follow up with Mr.
I think he gave it also to Mr.
It may-
May the
yes.
last time, so I don't know.
It
The
may have
COB
transferred.
investigators concluded their part of this investigation.
Right.
The investigation was completed to include the visit up at the airport. So that was our last straw here.
That was the issue, right, getting up there?
That was the
Yeah,
hold
so
up.
we were able to.
But it was completed,
Yep.
investigation.
How long did you folks stay up or spend up? How much time did you spend up there in your review?
I think about an hour. We documented it the time we went there, what time, we met with different, it was like, everything is in the report,
Maybe a little over an hour,
yeah.
okay, hour 20.
And what specifically you are waiting for is
It's the opinion of
an
the,
opinion from the Attorney General's
Attorney
office,
General's office,
Yeah.
yes.
based upon the report and findings that
Yes.
you concluded in October.
Right.
And then once we get their opinion from your office, we fire it up to the board for their final decision.
Okay, I will follow up, and
Thank you.
I think you also, AG, A.G. Moylan's memo that all opinions are being reviewed by him.
Right, understood.
Actually,
Right.
I can give you the whole, instead of like looking for Mr. Keeler, right, whatever happens.
It's a good idea.
We can give you the, the binder.
Another copy.
Okay, if you gave it to Mr. May, then let me find it first so that
Okay.
you don't have to replicate the work, duplicate it.
Okay.
And Mr. May, I'll see him today.
Okay.
So what kind of opinion are we looking for? That he's a contractor and you should get a license, or he's not doing construction and he doesn't need a license? Is that it?
It's all in the summary
It's-
report,
it's
the
in the
findings
report.
go in there in the report.
Yeah.
And,
Starting from the
it-
complaint.
It clarifies.
Does he have a
from-
business license?
Who?
Menzies?
Menzies? Yes.
I think we better wait for the council's
I think so.
Yeah.
review and release.
I'm just trying to.
They do. They
get it
do.
in my head.
I got a copy at
They're
Riverside.
licensed to do business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will follow up on where it is in the office and its current status.
But we can give you an extra binder if, if in case,
If you have an extra one lying around, I'm happy to take it and save time. Otherwise, if you have to go back to the copy machine and
No,
redo
no,
everything.
we have like 8, big binders.
Oh.
It's like a-
are
it's a
supposed to
package.
be- It's a whole,
It's prepared already for the board.
with attachments, everything for, like, instead of like a PowerPoint that we can, like, so the board can go through the summary, and then the attachment.
Okay, that would be helpful, yeah. Otherwise, I don't want you to recopy everything if it's somewhere in our office.
Oh, it's heavy. it's a lot of info.
Okay, I know then for sure I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
So let's wait till, we
The
get word
guidance.
from the AG's office,
Okay.
so we can move on this subject. Okay.
That's all we have for, investigation.
Okay, executive directions report, the board of to the board of directors, update on the OPA audit.
Okay,
Go ahead,
so
sir.
as of today, they are currently very much too active with whatever documents they want to review and the personnel that they want to interview. And I believe last week was the latest one where they walked in here, and was that 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, when they interviewed
Yeah.
Maria and Nita and all this, but yeah, OPA is still ongoing, there's no results yet.
How long have they been?
Oh,
This is
May?
Since when?
no, October.
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 It's just sporadic. They'll ask us for certain certain items and we put them in boxes.
October?
No, I'm sorry. On May 12th,
July was.
April 26th, we received engagement letter from the OPA. May 12th, we submitted the first of the requested documents. And so that went on and on and on and on for documents review and interviews. And so they'll be coming in and out here in this office, and we provided them all the documents they need.
Is it an operational audit or financial audit? Are they looking at
It's
something
operation
specific?
and finance. Yeah. And they,
Freaking small organization.
Maybe
I'll tell you.
he's shorthanded,
I understand that, but,
yeah.
this is not even $1 million operation.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where we at with the OPA. So,
Okay.
yep. Thank you, that's all I have.
Very well, thank you. Let's move on to, the old business. Who's gonna take care of that? This C11 demolition?
It's for approval.
It was issued.
But
to
you're
all
waiting for the board to do our homework, right?
Yeah, it's for approval.
Me?
We gave all the
We gave-
questionnaire, the test questions to the board.
Yeah, I think we need to table this because we haven't done our
Yeah.
homework.
Okay,
I think asking you, sorry, Director, you want us to get going on.
Do you have the test for us to?
We gave
You
you
gave
the
it to us?
test and the
Okay.
questions and the
This is what we do,
answers.
America, go ahead
Yes, I think I saw.
and reissue.
Yes, I saw that
We're
test.
supposed to
Can we
do-
reissue those draft tests for C11?
The packet.
Everybody's been quite busy, guys, so, yeah.
Not having a meeting, just kind of, but is there anything particular that glares at you that we can kind of figure out? I mean, I'm not gonna be an expert in whatever, but is there something that you guys can point out?
Can I get that copy? Can I get a copy of that?
Yes, wait, the last time we discussed about this, we gave it to board member Ashlyn, just because she is in the contractor, you guys mentioned that she is very knowledgeable, but, like you mentioned about the meetings and stuff, so I can follow up with her to see if she still has it, and I will definitely get a packet to all of you.
Yep. And the quick history for C11, which is demolition, examination. In the past, it was all about essay. So when they come in here to take the test, so, you know, they're given, this is what you need to do. It's to prove to this board, you know, tell me what demolition is all about. So it's all essay. So what we did was we converted that into a test, more multiple choice test and all this. So, and it was the source for that testing criteria was picked up IBC, International Building Code and Life Safety Code. Is that all you?
It's mostly safety,
Yeah.
and then I was asking if anybody had any input, if they wanted to add or subtract. And then I gave everybody a copy for review, so if they wanted to put any input on it. It would be helpful.
I have 3 right now.
Mr. Chairman, if I could suggest that we just hold a small work session.
Sure, sure.
Probably won't take more than an hour, you know, if you- just staff, or the chairman here wants to set up a small work session, just come in here, look at it, no decisions, you know, and then come back at the next meeting, and we'll be ready,
Yes, that'll be fine. Yeah.
okay?
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Motion to have that on the table, on the floor.
I move.
Second,
I just got for administrative matters with us. When such session is activated, does the pay for you folks apply to?
no, I don't believe so. The what?
What was the question?
The pay, when you guys come in?
I've never been paid for anything here.
What are you talking about?
The stipends?
Stipends.
Yeah, the stipend should be paid to, but not Vince
Not the
and I.
official.
Yeah. I won't accept it anyway.
Okay, so it's free, guys. Set it up.
I need the.
No, Mr. Chair.
When we come in to review
all in
that?
favor?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
Well, I just want to make sure
I
that
think just.
everybody's covered.
Yeah, just.
All in favor of having this
Work
little
session.
meeting? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
I think you can provide snacks,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
but yes,
Yes, we do.
the stipend is only for the actual meeting.
What do you mean?
I don't know if it's been raised since it's $50.
Never.
It's still $50.
Lord.
$50
We
for
just come here for the love of
40
it.
So
years.
we'll leave the gas money.
I'll donate that to the coffee and
Or fill my car, I have a small car.
I buy a 5-gallon gas, man, it's 30-something dollars.
Okay, so item 2, review the update law exam. Anything on that?
I have that, I had given it to you guys, that with this, there are just a handful of new questions, but all of them were taken from the law booklet that we passed out for the contractors. Miss Nita Bailey, Marge Guerrero, and I, we all sat down and we kind of jumbled it up a little bit and removed some questions and replaced them with some questions within the same per-review context. I do have some available if you want to just go ahead and include that in the work session. That's up to you guys,
Yeah, I
or,
think we should.
okay,
Let's review them and then we should pass it, right?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, let's move down to new business. Anything? Anyone? None of this at this time. Any questions, board members, anyone?
Introduction of our new legal
Yes.
Yes, welcome aboard, Miss, I forget your name?
I'm Sandra.
Sandy?
Sandra.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome aboard, and we thank you for being here today, and
Yeah, I hope to be back.
yeah, please come back,
We
and
hope so too.
Yes.
So, it's a collaborative effort, you know,
Yeah.
between everybody, just,
yes,
thank you
okay,
for having me.
thank you.
Yeah.
She seems happy to be here. Those other two guys, I don't know, it's like, they sit and know.
I like,
I'm so
I was at
thankful.
DPW long time, and,
So you feel.
I know this, I used to work, you know, park my car here every day, so being back here kind of feels really comfortable.
Great, great.
Hopefully you stay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pass the month.
Not so much.
That's-
Okay, we have an announcement here, okay, it's a regular board meeting, scheduled regular board meeting for March 15, 2023 at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it, no questions, we don't,
Excuse me, Mr.
anything,
Chair,
Rita?
also to announce the death of our chairman,
Oh, I was gonna say that.
James Casalo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he passed away. Funeral is on the 11th.
The 11th of this,
Saturday, right?
this Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Could we do something, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be off island, but, can we do something as a board, as a
What do you want?
division, as something?
Sunflowers or
Card maybe,
chinchulli?
just card and money.
I'm open to donating something and put a wreath, Contractors License Board,
Right,
if you
But we're
wanna do
paying
that.
for it, the board's paying for it.
sure, sure.
Yeah,
Not you guys.
yeah,
Can
Okay,
we
so
have someone
just-
to,
Give it to Jim.
Yes, I could.
okay. Let's make it really nice.
that's this Saturday,
Is it
right?
Saturday?
February 11 based on the announcement in
Be what,
the
$50
newspaper.
a piece from the board?
Something like that. What's a wreath cost nowadays? About 200? I have no
I
idea.
have no idea.
I don't buy flowers for
I can find out
myself.
about that and get back to you then.
Okay, meetings.
Any kind of design or that you guys would
Yes, okay.
take a look into it?
Just something real
Vicky
nice.
can
Okay.
take-
Motion to
Motion
adjourn?
to adjourn?
Yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for moving the meeting.
Everybody stay safe.
11:03.
It's not always that.
So it's-
It's March 15th and today's, oh, yeah, yeah, so it's a little bit,
So it's